What's going on, YouTube? Back with another reaction video. We got weirdest play styles in NBA history. Finna see what he getting at, man. We got Jason VA. That's bro name. That's the YouTube name. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the noti bells. Get into it, man. Curious to see what he got to say or who he finna talk about. Andre Miller at that. I ain't gonna catch you. I know ball, but I don't know this type. I don't know his game, so I don't know. I don't remember the last time I just sat there and watched the Andre Miller hoop. So, yeah, we finna see.
Playing the NBA, this man was a guard who had very little athleticism. He wasn't fast or explosive or could jump high, and also he couldn't really shoot beyond the mid-range at all, or wasn't the craziest dribbler. Yet, he had a very successful career, playing until he was damn near 40. However,
Damn. I mean, it sounds like, if you play till you're damn near 40, it sounds like what you're doing is working. I guess.
the thing was how he was able to play and thrive in the NBA. Andre epitomized the term crafty veteran because this guy was playing like a crafty veteran ever since coming into the league. Heck, you could say even in college he was out there playing like a crafty veteran. His crafty playstyle was something you were more likely to see in LA Fitness, where old heads would take the game way too serious, where you would think they're out here playing for an NBA contract. But Andre was able to play this old head LA Fitness playstyle in somewhat modern NBA playing
Hey,
into the 2010s.
if you hooping, you hooping. If you hooping, you hooping. Can't take it from you. If it work, it work.
6'2" guard who preferred to play in the post unlike other guards who like to play using the pick and roll. He was out here posting up like a big man, backing up his matchup by using his strength, which would create scoring chances for
Oh,
his
that's
team.
Gerberman
He
action.
had crafty moves in his game that you would usually see within veterans throughout his whole career.
He said
He
that's
would use
Gerberman action.
spins and pump fakes,
I ain't gonna cap. If he's doing that like constantly, like you were a very unpractical teammate. You know what I'm saying? Like if like you're not a shooter, you only take shots in the mid range towards the mid post as a 6'3" guard. You're kind of impractical.
even the way he
It probably worked in like maybe 10 years, maybe 10 years ago. You could probably say otherwise. I ain't gonna cap. I don't know. Well, I don't know actually.
for his position in arrow because he would rarely ever use a jump shot. Rather, he would use crafty runners, scoops, hooks, and floaters, which he would usually use off the
That
dribble.
means they must then look at him for
Was also quite weird
to
because
be a.
he
I mean,
very little for his jumper. He would just simply push his shot, which
he
was
did
left
just get straight to a
to
bucket though.
50-plus point game ever.
I was just finna say he must not be much of a scorer. Yes, the fuck. If he don't have a 50-point game, he's a scorer. All right, he can go.
52 against the Mavericks, where he made one three-pointer and probably was the 50-plus pointer with the least amount of jumping, with his points coming within his usual tricks or mid-range shots. I mean,
Oh,
you see this shot
so
right here. Every time he scores, there's very little elevation. It's like watching a clunky 7-foot center, but instead we're watching a 6'3"
yeah,
guard.
you just got a
His
clunky
playstyle was very
7-footer and a
rarely using
6'3"
explosive
body.
moves like rapid cuts or jumping. While not flashy, has helped his durability with him rarely ever getting injured.
Lay with
It's
two
more of
hands.
a
I ain't never seen a layup with two hands.
where he durability with him rarely ever getting
I don't think I ever seen a nigga in the NBA go up with two hands on the
on
layup.
a 632 game streak, where he would only break the streak because he had to G-check rookie Blake Griffin because he was acting up in the game, playing overly physical with Andre, pushing him when there was no reason to, which prompted this response by Miller, which wouldn't get called in the game though.
Damn, this nigga yeeted.
And would earn him a suspension, which broke the streak. What makes his
Oh,
durability even more impressive is
pumping.
the fact that this guy didn't train outside of the season. He wouldn't work out, right? There was no lifting weights, no cardio.
I mean, that ain't the first time I heard a nigga not like touching a basketball like during the off season. Like for that little time, some niggas like take a whole like 80 when he ain't touch a ball after he lost in that playoff series. What was that, like 2 years ago? He didn't touch a ball for like to the season, but close to starting. Like niggas be doing that. I don't know.
Not even playing pickup basketball. And you eat whatever you wanted, right? You eat hamburgers, hot dogs. There was certainly no
He does have an unathletic body though.
diet. When he would gain weight due to no exercise and junk food, his way of losing weight was by simply starving himself. This guy was out here making playing the NBA simpler than
He got some up. He got up. He got some up.
third man in the NBA. What makes what just how slow he moved on the court compared to everyone else. He was playing in
Well,
an
he really sound like he just playing at his own pace. That's what it really sound like.
Nash, who were trying to play as fast as possible.
Nah, Nash just played.
Dominated
Nah,
everyone, then got everybody else in the league trying to replicate it. But then you had Miller, played the complete opposite, where at times it seemed like he was playing in slow motion. In NBA 2K,
that's just his pace.
run with your player, you hold down RT, at least on the Xbox. And most of the time you play the game, you are holding down this button.
Mm-hmm.
However, with Andre, he was playing in the NBA like he never held down RT. Guy would take his sweet time in the post or would drive very slow into the lane.
So it sounded like Luca before Luca.
Time dribbling. And, you know,
I'm finna look up Brett stats.
play like this because he was
Him- I mean, he was a 12. He was a 13 point per game nigga. Ain't really just much about him. Chill guy. I mean, he got a. I mean, shit. He probably just play his role. Shit. Did what was needed.
This was on purpose. Him slowing down the game would enable his biggest strengths to shine.
He didn't really have to do too much.
And IQ. This
I guess that's just how his game was built, to where he didn't have to do too much.
assists per game in one of the years. He wasn't a flashy playmaker like Jason Williams, but rather he relied on his IQ. I mean, there's a reason why this guy's nickname was the Professor. And his
They
IQ
called him that.
to anticipating his teammates' cuts and the defense rotating several moves ahead, like a chess player. And his playstyle of playing slow would enable him to create the best shots.
Yeah, I don't even think I remember that one.
His turnover rates in the league for a point guard because he would never rush into his decisions, trying to get the best chances in the possessions. He uses IQ to often trick his opponents, which you see in this clip where he makes a timeout, which tricked the opponents and the commentators and earned him a free layup. I mean, he even tricked his own teammates, dude. They were heading to the bench until they realized they were tricked by their teammate. And it's not
Wait, what? I gotta run that play back. He did. He did. How do you fake a timeout?
best chances in the possessions. He uses IQ to often trick his opponents, which you see in this clip where he fakes a timeout, which tricked the opponents
How do you fake a timeout?
and earned him a free layup.
What do you mean?
Tricked his own teammates, dude. They were heading to the bench until they realized they were tricked by their teammate. And it's not like it was a one-time thing either. Here's another clip of him doing the same thing again.
What do you mean he faked the timeout? That don't make sense.
One of the top creators in the NBA, even though he didn't have any crazy, flashy passes in the locker, he would instead use rudimentary passes using his IQ to find angles to thread the needle between the defenders. He was also one of the best creators within lobs. He could pick out a lob from one end of the court to another. Even with that though, he was very much an underrated player throughout his whole career due to his old head playstyle, which you wouldn't expect considering he's from Los Angeles, Compton to be exact. The city of Los Angeles is probably the city in America for NBA talent.
Nah, when I look at your game and then I look at
Playstyle.
and I see where you from, that
Ball brothers.
yeah, I expect flashy, explosive. Hello, then you just got Andre Miller.
Grew up in Compton, in South Central, where there's a high poverty rate, unemployment, with gangs like the Crips, Bloods, and Mexican gangs running the streets, at least back then. His mother would be very protective of Andre and would enroll him into private school in the kindergarten, and would attend different private schools until he would go to university. He would not get involved with gang activities that radiated near where he lived. Rather, he would have a foundation of chores and schoolwork, which kept him busy. And when he wasn't doing those two things, he would play basketball, right? For a lot of players, making the NBA was never his goal. Due to the reason he never thought he could get to the league. He was a normal guy who had important values like
Still look like a normal guy.
taught to him by his mother, which would influence where he would attend high school. He would attend Bourbon Day High School, which, according to Andre, was due to academics. With Miller entering high school, he wasn't no highly hyped up prospect, like a lot of players within Los Angeles were, but was rather
Obviously not.
newspaper as a chubby, slow, undersized shooting guard, which I mean wasn't too wrong about
That one, that's not too far off.
those things to him.
Maybe the chubby part. That may be a little.
Outside of him playing shooting guard, Andre wasn't the talented
What the hell was that take?
reaching the NBA, but he did have one advantage.
Watch this BS. I know this is college, but like from the 90s. But Jesus, what was this? Oh, he got his shit pieced. He got that BS beat. Now why?
He did have one advantage.
A little curl in and out.
Work he learned throughout his life, with him improving every year
I mean, shit, 18, 14, and 13, that shit sound tough, though. I don't know. That shit sound tough if you ask me.
Well, Andre used to come to practice late in work boots, with grass stuck to his clothes due to him doing yard work at the house. Even with Andre juggling these different things, he would improve tons. And by his senior year, he would average 24 points and 7 rebounds, winning the Wooden Award in the district.
Oh, yeah, you got a yard nigga averaging 24 and 12 on you.
And gaining hype as a prospect he didn't have before when he was described as
Right
a
on.
chubby, slow, undersized shooter.
Right.
However, there was one problem that would complicate his plans to play D1, and it was his test score. Because in order to attend university,
Oh,
he
yeah.
needed an ACT score of at least 17 due to an NCAA rule,
Yep.
which he wouldn't attain. That was kind of interesting due to his focus on academics and him being an honor roll student. I don't know what kind of education they got down there.
That's how. Nah, that's how. It ain't even just about how what the education they have. That's just like a certain rule. Just like that's just the NCAA rule. Like, nigga, you want to come hoop for the school, you gotta show that you can attend this hell for real.
Eligible to play, a lot of the teams that were interested would look at other options. Though there would be only one major school that was still interested, and that was the University of Utah. This interest was due to one guy, Donnie Daniels, who was their assistant coach, but also an alumni of Urban Day.
That's on.
And because of that, he knew just what a talented player Andre was, and wanted him to join the team. He managed to convince the head coach, Rick Majerus, to maintain their scholarship with Andre, even though he could only play after he got his test numbers up to the requirement. With Utah being the only decent D1 university interested, he would attend the university, which would create a culture shock when he went there because he was a Compton native who was black, now going to
Yeah.
Utah where he would be one of the only minorities in the university and the city. And what's even crazier is that up to that point, he had never went to school with a white kid until he got to the university. He
Dang.
was homesick and he struggled with his new environment and university culture.
Pumping.
But he would stick with it and work hard, using the university tutoring and academic services to improve his grades, and would start to integrate himself with the community, even making white friends at the campus. In the next year, he would get his scores up to what it needed to be eligible to play basketball, and in this year, it would be kind of a learning experience type of year, with him not having played basketball competitively in a year, as he would put up decent numbers, 8.6 points and 4.6 assists in 25.5 minutes a game as a starter in the team. However, just as he had done in high school, he improved every year in university, with him improving in his
Nice.
sophomore year, averaging 9.8 points and 6.1 assists in almost 30 minutes a game. And in his junior year, he would have his breakout year, averaging 14.2 points. Though what was more impressive was him leading the team to an underdog run in the NCAA tournament. In the tournament, they would make it to the West Region Finals, where not a lot of people expected Utah to win, as they would take on Arizona,
Well, they got pretty far.
defending national champions and the top seed in their region, having players like Mike Berry, Miles Simon, and Jason Terry. Andre, though, would have
Oh, yeah, it was some hoopers. It was some hoopers that year.
brackets, as he would lead his team in points, rebounds, and assists, scoring 18
Pumping. He got one of them. He got one of them jumpers. Pumping, pumping, faking it, looking at. That's how his shit look.
a triple-double in the NCAA tournament, which is just wild because he would drop
Pumping, pumping, lay.
but future great NBA guards, and Bibby was the best college point guard in the country, and Terry completely dominating them as Utah would beat them 76 to 51. In the next game, they would play against UNC in the semis, which was no easy task either, as they also had future NBA greats with Antoine Jameson and Vince Carter. But in this game, Andre would drop another clinic as he would lead the team in
Oh, I'm finna say some dumbass shit. I did not know Vince Carter played for UNC. When did that happen? Wait, I gotta look that up too. Cause when did that happen? I thought he played for I ain't think he only played. I didn't know he played. I thought he played for fucking not USC. Arizona or some shit. I thought this nigga was the Arizona or some shit. Sadly fucking mistaken. Let me shut up. Obviously he didn't. I look stupid now. You may have to clip that out.
Like last game, with 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists, which would earn them a trip to the national championship game. In the championship, they will play Kentucky, who would prove to be better than Utah as they would need them to win the national championship. Though Andre would have another respectable performance with 16 points and 5 assists, which would complete his tournament run where his stock would catapult, as he was now considered one of the top prospects in the country. When he was asked about his tournament run a decade after, he would take the humble route, complimenting his teammates, remarking, "That was probably the smartest group of guys as far as my basketball career. They understood basketball preparation, how to play basketball the right way, pass to the open man, move without the ball, all the small things that make a team go. We didn't have the greatest players, the most athletic players, but what we lack in that, we made up for with smarts."
Okay.
Feels like he's describing a team full of himself. Now, he could have entered the draft right after this year. However, he would instead choose to return to the university, which became the right choice.
Might as well. He was, so if he was a junior when he did that, when he had a breakout season, he might as well finish that.
Five assists, while being named first team All-American and the Player of the Year in the conference. When he was questioned about his time at the university, in the same interview they questioned about the tournament, he would rave about the head coach Rick Majerus, calling him one of the best coaches on any level in teaching how to play basketball, and how he learned to turn into a natural point guard and really just think about the game under his coaching, which just puts things into perspective on how he played 5 years there, helped him develop as a player, and shaped the guard he would become at the NBA.
Oh, that's why he did. That's why he on. Nigga, I just thought about it. Nigga, he just did 5 years in college. That's an old player. That's why y'all think he such a not as athletic or not as fast as. That's an old ass nigga. Y'all just drafted. That's why. Of course, he one of the players that just gonna play smarter instead of playing more physical or more harder than others. Nah, he finna think this shit through.
Likely to be picked in the lottery, with the scouts saying he was the most complete point guard in the draft. That same scout was saying
He probably because he's the most complete player that was probably in the draft at the time. Not everybody did.
he's a great rebounder for a point guard and is solid defensive.
He done had some not pro experience, but he done had some like
His outside shooting could still stand some improvement.
collegiate experience rather.
Conclusion was positive,
So
remarking, "He should have a long and successful career in the NBA." I think this scout was pretty accurate, describing his game pretty well.
that's tough, Laney.
That's a product of the fact that he was a finished product as a prospect, which meant they knew what kind of player and how great he would be at the next level. Though didn't offer the intrigue that other prospects with intriguing traits like athleticism, shooting, huge wingspan, which is what teams usually look for when they try to
A little curl cross. Damn, he just made him fall in Laney. Hey, all right now.
exactly within the draft he would get picked was uncertain, as this draft class had a lot of
Nigga was out there giving buckets. It looked like.
Sean Marion, Ron Artest, Patrick Erlingo, Corey Maggette, Baron Davis, Manu Ginobili, Jason Terry, Elton Brand, and even more. I mean, this
Huh?
group was pretty crazy. When the draft came around, you'd get picked in the lottery to the Cavs at 8, which, when you think about the talent in this class, was pretty respectable. With the Cavs, he would work his way up the depth chart, as he would begin being the third point guard on the team behind Brevin Knight, who was a starter, and Earl Boykins. But by the end of the year,
Earl
he earned the
Boykins.
trust of the team, becoming the number 1 point guard. You have a pretty
Who the
great
hell?
year, averaging 11.1 points, 5.8 assists, and 25.5 minutes a game, which is more impressive when you think about how he was a third point guard to begin the year. And with that, he'll be named to the All-NBA Rookie First Team and NBA's Rookie All-Star Team, where he scored more than anyone in the game with 21 points. Though during the game, he would get booed because instead of dunking in an open lane, he would instead lay it up.
Laney.
That wanted crazy dunks and entertainment.
Come at the rim full of speed. Ooh, Laney. You thought I was finna boom some? Ooh, his jumping ass. Hey.
Guy even when he was the rookie. While he would have a pretty decent rookie year, the Cavs in general wouldn't do as great. Because we gotta remember, this is pre-LeBron Cavs,
Yeah, this is like right before he got drafted.
which definitely isn't the making of a winning team. And with that, we'll go 32.
Time. Oh, fucking turnover.
The Cavs in the NBA basement, as they would go 30 and 52. Though on
Shit, Lord, that's terrible.
Chris Roll, as he had 15.8 points and 8 assists. However, in the next year, he had improved more, this time averaging 60.5 points and
Shit, he was getting a buck though.
which led the NBA. He was out here playing like an old head in his third year, leading the NBA in assists.
Cause he was already. Cause the nigga was an old head when he came in the league. That's why.
Playing in a terrible Cleveland team who was here posting up and playing a very simple type of way that was regardless doing his thing. It was pretty obvious by this point that Andre would deserve a max contract after his rookie contract, though the Cavs weren't willing to give him that. So he would request a trade, which they would oblige and send him to the Clippers, where he would return to his hometown. With the Clippers, he would join a young core with players like Elton Brand, Michael Olowokandi, Quinton Richardson, and Corey Maggette. The only piece they didn't have was a point guard, and a general who could lead this core to the playoffs, which they now had with Andre. These expectations were high for a team that were considered a joke team in the NBA during that era, and they would continue to be in the NBA basement, as their record would be 27 and 52.
Jesus Christ. We just gonna leave off of that BS. Hey, that's on. Hey, I just came here so I can show y'all so I can see what this video was talking about, man. But otherwise, hey, if y'all like this type of content, y'all let me know something. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the noty bell. Finna get out this joint and get it towards the next one, man. Peace.